Hello, everybody. Long time no see. This is Fearmy Games back with another episode of Guild Wars 1. But wait, this isn't my factions character. This is my little old Mesmer. Well, you see, he also looks a little bit different than before. In fact, since I last showed off him, I've actually been playing him around. I got him a full domination set. Got a full, like, I think these are like elite armor, and this is like just a generic little mask because of the fact that apparently the elite set that I ended up picking up is affordable. Ended up not actually having a fifth piece. So to finish off my set, I decided to get that. I have full like 40/40 domination set. This is the one I got from a collector. I think I bought this one. I don't remember off the top of my head though if I did. Um, Apparently, I have some stuff with my inventory because I have been playing this guy, just not too much. Most of it I've been doing has been like hanging out with friends, doing some vanquishing, or maybe doing like a hard mode mission here or there in Prophecies. For example, if you look here, like unfortunately, like what happened is we were doing a vanquish with my friends here in North Carolina Province. The heroes we had weren't the strongest healers, so what ended up happening was that we were like got into some fights. We like everybody but me like would die because they were the frontline fighters, and then so I swapped my monk and with the power of my monk in a pocket, Blaze Power Necromancer hero that I had ready when we did Domain of Anguish. Um, what basically kind of carried us through the North Carolina province on my monk and got a vanquish, but I was sad because that I wasn't able to do it on my Mesmer because I whenever we do like my group does prophecy stuff, I always want to play through it. But as you can see here, we've done some like hard mode stuff like Divinity, Bloodstone, Fen. A few you'll also see that I've done a few vanquishes here or there. I don't think there's any like Griffin's Mouth, a couple like here or there. Whenever we're doing like a Zaishin mission, and it happens to be in prophecies, I'll typically try and play my Mesmer just to get some stuff done here because I want to get as much done as possible on my Mesmer in Prophecies. That's kind of my own personal goal on this character. So that's kind of why you see that's why I end up upgrading his build to have a domination set because when playing with my friends, they have like very little condition application, and I was like Shattering Dreams, which I love. Unfortunately, just was so annoying to play through. So I have my equipment pack here along with my Little Illusion Scepter and my Chakram that I got from the collector, as well as my original set here that you guys saw me on. But I've been using this one to try and do some energy surge damage, and I feel like I haven't been doing too bad with it. But anyways, the reason why I'm playing this guy on my Glorious Return is on top of like look at the handsome pace, is that when we were doing this Vanquish and we failed epically, I found a mission, a side quest that we did not do in our playthrough. And I'm like, this is a travesty. We need to do this. And I've been wanting to record a video for months. I feel like I think it's been like November or October the last time I made a video. I've just been so busy with life and everything. Like things just keep making my schedule busier and busier, mostly by my own dang fault. Uh, that I've just not had the time to record videos as much as I would like, which is no time. And I've been feeling such a desire to record videos. My girlfriend is out visiting family, and I was like, it's not going to be consistent, but I want to record another video because I find it to be so much fun. I'm tempted to wake up early on the weekends because one of the things that's impacted is that my weekends have gone busier than usual, which makes it so I feel like it's a bit harder to. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I'm fine. I just feel like it's a little bit harder to. You're dead. After doing hard mode, I'm like, we're not dead. Oh, we're glad. And you have to be carefully. I don't remember. It's been so long since I played with these henchman characters. I don't know how hard it's gonna, how bad it's gonna be, but I do know that I need mocks to actually attack and commit murder upon mine enemies' faces before we all die to spiteful spirit, because spiteful spirit hurts. No, spiteful spirit. I say nay, sir. Oh my god. Alright. Now you remove spiteful spirit here. This is why we bring Resurrect, team. This is why we bring Resurrect. Alright, imagine this, but like hard mode, you full level 20 characters, and you basically kind of get a picture of how our last Saturday was. Originally it was going to be Main of Anguish, but it's kind of one of those things where like, people don't show up, we're just going to keep going, but it was one of those things where too many people didn't show up last minute, real life complications. So we ended up just being like, okay, you know what, we're just going to do some Zaishin stuff, and doing the vanquishing of this mission, and I think one more thing we did, I think we did like a Zaishin mission. No, we didn't do it. I wanted to do it because I think it was Dunes of Despair. But the other guys were like, I think we're done. Because there was that much of an effort to successfully vanquish this area. Oh, I'm gonna die. Wait, am I hard mode? Is this hard? Team, I think this is hard mode. Oh no, I was talking about how hard. Yeah, it was hard mode. I forgot to go back to normal mode. No wonder my level 10s were just dying. I was talking about how hard mode was, and I just noticed that I was basically doing hard mode on accident with level 10 henchmen. I'm surprised we made it through the first few groups. I was like, it just goes to show how little I pay attention. And it doesn't hurt, it doesn't help that my job is a lot of talking and being on the computer now compared to my last job where I was always outside very little time on the computer gaming. Look at that, level 11. I think this is going to be a bit more manageable now. Yeah, look at that. Look at how easily they die now. It just goes to show how dumb I can be sometimes. But sometimes I mean all the time. You might also notice, I don't think I had this as of my last video, but my bookshelves are all full now. Unfortunately, these bookshelves aren't very strong, I found. So all of my RPG books were too heavy, except for the smaller ones, which is very few of them, were too big to actually were too big, too heavy for the bookshelves to hold on to. So I ended up moving them to the bottom shelf. So that way, because what happens, the shelves were actually bending down. So, excuse me. So far, the changes worked out better and kind of had somewhat organization. Like this shelf here, this section, which kind of expands slightly out more that way, is light novels and manga that I have because they're lightweight books. That can stack pretty far, and then I have my up rows, my normal book stuff. So far, nothing's bent backwards the other direction. The only one that's kind of bent is the one that never actually changed back, so I don't know if it's still bending or if it was just previously bent. But as far as I can tell, it's worked out just fine. But yeah, you won't see, except for the stuff up here, my Pathfinder for Savage Worlds is here. I got the Pathfinder 2E beginner box a while back from a Humble Bundle. And I plan on running it actually on the 11th. I don't think Pathfinder 2E will be my main game, but I want to at least give it a good try because I do love tactical games. But I'm also one of the things I hate about Dungeons & Dragons 5e was just all the health blow. And I feel like there's a lot of numbers bloat in Pathfinder, so part of me's I don't know. We'll see if I like it. But I'm also using that as a jumping board to eventually run Dungeon Crawl Classics, Old School Essentials. I also want to run Classic Fantasy, which is a D100 kind of OSR game where uses the RuneQuest / Mythros game system. Those of you who don't know, I don't remember if I was looking at it as much back when I was recording videos, but I picked up a role system of Mythros, which is basically, if you ever call Cthulhu, it's one of that. It's that game. It's a percentile system The publishers originally were making a RuneQuest game, but they ended up having a fallout with the company who owns the brand. For I don't know the exact reason, but so they made Mythros. A very cool system, very fun. It seems a bit more on the complicated side, like comparatively speaking, but that seems pretty common with percentiles, but it looks fun. So I want to give that a try. So I'm going to use them as a jumping off point and an excuse to run some small adventures and one-shots for my friends who start at 5e. I drag them to Savage Worlds, and I'm going to drag them everywhere else. Anyways, the main reason why I'm making this video. So I was walking by, we were being brutally slaughtered, and like slowly making our way through, and eventually saying this is not going to work. When I came across this guy, and this guy, I'm like, he has an exclamation mark. I thought I did all the side quests. How dare he? And so I decided I'm going to talk to him. He says, hello there. Am I ever glad to see you? I was out here trying to transcribe some of the images engraved on these ruins. And well, normally this is such a trivial task. But this time, whenever I begin, shadowy nightmares emerge from the ground and drive me away. You appear to be a capable Mesmer. Could you keep the nightmares away while I finish my work? I will watch your back. And of course I have to have that voice. So now it's time for our heroes to commit murder, death, kill upon our enemies. How dare you cast Shatter Hex on myself when I'm failing to press Shatter Hexes on myself. And one thing I'm really bad about is abusing all the Mesmer's abilities to gain back energy. I'm really bad at it. Because, I have to be like, aha, got you, Study Gem. Mind Rack, Synergy Surge, never mind, Synergy Surge got cancelled. And also, I figured I was kind of feeling slightly restricted on this character. Kind of keeping him in Prophecies the whole time, because I do really want this character to, like, go through the entirety of all of the campaigns. But I don't also, like... Let me just finish this real fast. Many thanks, my friend. I'm not sure why those infernal creatures were so intent on keeping me from transcribing those images, but I can't wait to return to my workshop and begin deciphering them. That was a quick and easy quest. Now, I think there might be more side quests I've encountered, but I have officially kept up my title of completing Terria. But anyways, back to my point. So I wanted to also record a video to get that done when I caught it, but also I want to do the Menlo's request. The reason I want to do it is also because, if I do continue my factions playthrough, I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see, and also just for me, because, this originally started because I wanted to record myself playing, through Guild Wars, because I was wanting to make my own Guild Wars thing, and honestly, like, I want to homebrew my own, game system. I made up that Guild Wars Savage Worlds thing that I made up. I finished my beta, but I never actually play tested it. But anyways, Menlo's request. I'll be back on that front. Oh, it's you, Fearmy Games. Menlo has been looking all over for you. Apparently, he has received a letter with some disturbing news. A letter sent by an old friend of his from Cantha. He asked me to tell you to meet him out in North Kryta province. If I happen to see you, he's probably waiting out there right now. Menlo looked pretty upset. You may want to go talk to him. I'll speak to Menlo and find out about what this is all about. Cantha can't say I'm interested. I'll pick the interested one. So we want to go to North Kryta province for this. But yeah, so it's like this video series. Like I wanted to record myself for base forever. Basically, so that way I can look back at it and be like, this is what Guild Wars 1 was. This is the experience about it. Because it's such a unique game. And I just love it so much. Menlo. In my younger days, I trained in the distant land of Cantha at the famous Shinje Monastery. I studied under Master Togo himself. And he is almost as famous as the monastery he runs. Though it has been years since I have seen Master Togo at Cantha, its lands will remain in my heart always. I would not be the monk I am today if not for the lessons I learned there. Hello, Fearmy Games. I'm glad First Watch Sergio found you. I'm afraid I have some bad news. I have received a... Wait. That's weird. I have received a letter from my old teacher in Cantha, Master Togo of Shinjay Monastery. Maybe you've heard of him. It seems a violent and horrific plague has spread like wildfire through the streets of Cantha and threatens to destroy all of Kaineng City. He has asked that I organize a group of skilled heroes and take them with me to Cantha, where we can fight this evil at its source. I will be traveling to Cantha shortly, if you're up to the task. Talk to Jia Zhu Tai in Lion's Arch. Book passes to Cantha and meet me there. That was 100% weird. like it was a bit distracting. I see me pausing there while I was reading it. It's entirely because of the fact that I was like, the group really just patrolled into us, and I was just like, hey, my brain was like, are these henchmen gonna all die while I'm reading this? Am I about to just die for the sake of the story? Probably. But yeah, it's I just love this game, love the world so much. I feel like in Guild Wars 2, there's a lot of fun. I've played more than 6, maybe almost 7,000 hours now in. What are you? You are Lion-Guard Kigo. You have what marker? What are you for? Oh, you're the Cormier guy. Okay, I was gonna say, like, was there yet another quest I missed? No, this is, well, technically it's one I've missed, but this is the one that will take you to Nightfall. That's not the one we want to do yet. Eventually, if I, keep up with the factions and game campaign enough, I want to also do the Sunspear one. But for now, we have a saying in Cantha. May the heavens attend to your needs, and I shall tend to your wants. I promise my traders will do all that is in their power to see to it that you can buy anything your heart desires. What business do we have to discuss? So a plague really does threaten my homeland? Ordinarily, I would chalk that up to rumor and speculation, but I've heard similar disturbing news from other merchants of late. People I trust. If you are willing to go to camp that just help my people, I'm sure I can help find a berth on one of my own vessels. Take me to Cantha! You'll be traveling on a ship to the distant lands of Cantha to the south. By doing so, you will leave the lands of Terry behind and arrive near Kaineng Center, the heart of Cantha's capital city. If you feel the need, you can return via boat travel to Terry at any time. Are you ready to depart? Let's go! Excuse me? Because my henchmen don't exist in this section of the world, they're gone. Mr. Dockhand Guengnai, whatever your name is. Welcome to Cantha, Fearmy Games. We are in dire needs of heroes right now. A terrible plague has spread across our city, threatens to engulf us all in chaos. It is noble of you indeed to come all this way to help our people. Are you Fearmy Games? Listen, a bunch of other foreigners just left for Budek Byway. They said they're going to look for someone named Master Togo. What do you mean someone named Master Togo? I'm the guy who can say someone named Master Togo. Master Togo, you should know who he is, the Emperor's brother. This man, if you get fired, you can see. One of them, Menlo, I think he said his name was, left a message for you to meet up with him. He was a nice enough fellow, but I was a little distracted by that sassy little blonde he had with him. Thanks, I'll go find them. And we welcome to Cantha. So up the dockways here. You guys have seen me go through the opposite direction in my factions playthrough where I came here and I went to Lion's Arch. So that way I can show how from the perspective of leaving Cantha. Now you're seeing the perspective of entering Cantha. These are the heroes we've brought with us, and I think these guys will be the party that we start off with. I think for the sake of role play. Hello, Devona. Nice to see you again. Been a while. Long time no see. Sin, I definitely like how much you burn people. Aiden, I like your burns too. And you, oh my god, we're being attacked. I was having conversations with friends, and now I'm about to be murdered. I'm literally a party of 2. I hope I don't just die. That'd be awkward. Okay, we're live. There's only 2 of them. And Jamie actually helped heal me. Jamie says, thank you so much for your help. These foul creatures are everywhere. It seems no place is safe. Perhaps with your help, my friend, all that can change. Jamie, it's been too long. And that was from Brother Menlo. Jamie, Menlo, I came as soon as I heard you were expected. It is so good to see you. And Sid says, that's Jamie. Menlo, she's a girl. All those stories about your old friend growing up, and you never told me. You never asked Sid, and I don't see that it matters. Ah, the love story. Jamie says, the stories. There are so many, Menlo. I swear, it seems looking back that there was not a day we were apart. Then Sid says, not a day apart. Listen, lady. He may not be much, but that monk is mine. Don't even think about it. Menlo says, now, Sin, calm down. And Jamie's like, oh, Menlo, you got yourself a little girlfriend. How sweet. Little girl, ladies, little girl will show you big pain if you're not careful. I love it. Hayden says, yes, I imagine you give Menlo quite a pain. Hayden says, Menlo has his hands full, doesn't he? And then Devon's like, Sin has an amazing ability to make friends, doesn't she? I love it. Brother Menlo, Sin, Jamie, please. We have important matters to deal with, and we must work together. Jamie says, Menlo was right. Let us focus on our task. You all came to Cantha to help us fight this plague. We must find Master Togo and learn how you can best aid this effort. And then she says, Master Togo awaits us inside the city. Let's go. I don't think I've actually, like, at least that's enough that's stuck in my memory, paid attention to that little back and forth cutscene, but that was actually enjoyable and hilarious. So Sin and Menlo are actually confirmed a couple by this point. Oh, that's funny. do 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 do. I'm gonna wait for them because they're all roleplay walking. You know, it only makes sense I let them go by. My little robot friend, he hasn't told me why I'm the chosen one yet, but But you know, we'll find out eventually, I think. And in we go to Kaineng City, a familiar place for those of you who have seen the factions playthrough. I think I'll probably put this as maybe in the factions thing. I'll maybe call Prophecies plus Factions. And then I'll place it in the Prophecies playlist, I think. For old time's sake. So, we have successfully accepted the quest. And before the thing I want to do before anything else is we need to clear our inventory. I'm going to keep the video up. We're not going to bother the side quests like we did in Prophecies. I believe I've already shown all of you guys these side quests in factions, or at least I've started them at least in my side quest and my other things. So that is the ritualist stories and is in factions. This guy is Prophecies, but I want to show you the foreigner experience in factions. So let's pick up our old party mates. Sylv, Aiden, let me see, just use the party search, I think. Henchman, where's Brother Menlo? Brother Menlo is apparently not an option. Okay, so we can't go full foreigners in the roleplay division. So, of course, we just can't leave out Sue. Sue is such a nice one. She's the Minimancer one. Let us take Devona just for the roleplay, though. Even though I don't think she's probably the best considering I have Mox. But I think I'll be just fine all the same. Let me swap out Shatter Hex, though, and I would normally go Ellie in this instance for easier energy generation, because even though I don't have energy stores, that's very nice to have. Then I typically have been going Chaos Storm combined with other stuff for some AoE damage. Excuse me. Oh. I've honestly forgotten what I used to have right here. My brain does not remember. I think, well, actually, I'm pretty sure it was Chaos Storm. But, yeah, no, screw it. Let's do this. Chaos Storm for the AoE damage, and let's go. I don't want to take too long, because this is mostly just me wanting to be in a bit of experience and kind of release a video after a long period of time. I don't know how often I'll be able to do this, but I want to make videos here and there, because I think it's just such a fun thing to do. Mendel says, be wary, this part of the city is home to countless dens of thieves, petty assassins, and other unsavory characters. Sin says yes, if present company is any indication. The city is obviously crawling with them. Brother Menlo says, Sin, enough! Sin says, humph. Menlo says, have your weapons ready. There is no law here but that of the streets, and to reach Master Togo, we must pass through some of the most dangerous streets of all. It has been many years since I left Cantha, but I am shocked at how little it has changed. This part of the city remains as dangerous as ever. I am afraid to discover what damage the plague has wrought upon this land. I doubt any force could be more destructive than the Char, yet the urgency of Master Togo's letter makes me think I may be wrong. Keep your eyes open and your weapons at the ready for my games. Thugs and pickpockets have plenty of spaces to hide here, and they will be more than happy to take advantage of you. Welcome to Cantha. Welcome to Cantha, old friends. I had hoped that with the Char pushed back toward their homeland, we all might enjoy some peace and quiet, but I suppose I should have known better. I had received word from my former teacher, Master Togo, that a plague had been spreading through Cantha, but I had no idea the extent of its destruction. With Dwayna's guidance and with Dwayna's guidance and Balthazar's fortitude, perhaps we can help Master Togo discover what is causing the sickness and put an end to it. And away we go back into the city of mazes. For those of you who watched my Factions playthrough, you should be quite familiar with this area already. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be following the quest line up until the local quarter of Vizunah Square. At that point, Vizunah Square local quarter is where we meet with the rest of the blank. Is basically where the foreign and local stories merge, essentially. Right now, we're basically getting like all cut up, getting like, kind of makes sense story-wise about why we're not getting the full explanation because, we're not experiencing everything because we're foreigners. We've literally heard that there's an issue and we want to help. I think it's this way. Dang bridges being broken. Can't you fix your bridges? Cantha Guard, I would like to speak to your manager. Why is that bridge not built? You could put plenty of homeless people to work building that bridge back. Getting jobs. Jobs for Canthans. But no. You have to be useless. What? Why did my Arcane Echo not just duplicate my... what the heck? That makes no sense. Well, I mean, they must have interrupted me and I didn't notice. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense about what that just happened. I have to keep an eye out for the next time someone casts an ability so that way I can get some energy back. I'm really bad about using this ability. Hey, Mesmer. I need you to cast something. Hopefully you're not a fast caster. Never mind, you're already a fast caster. And somebody has made it so I cast spells slower. I'm gonna die. Take that, Chaos Storm. Boom, shakalaka. Chaos Storm is a nice ability. Oops, I realized I wasn't targeting the Ritualist who just res somebody. That's just rude. Okay, Energy Surge. One of the weaknesses of Energy Surge is that your enemy has no energy to speak with. Energy Surge doesn't do damage because it's basically they lose 11 points of energy. Then for each point of energy they lose, that foe and all nearby foes take 9 points of damage. So say if there's no energy to drain, then there is nothing to fix. I don't think that's one I did on my Factions character. I'll have to look. But anyways, main story stuff is our priority on this episode. Focus. Where is Menlo? Menlo, come here. The story is over here, buddy. I know you like to heal minions. There we go, Emmy. Menlo, we've been looking all over for you. And Brother Menlo says, Emmy, Chio, I haven't seen you two since you were children. Now look, you've grown into young women. Since there's more girls and twins, no less. Wonderful. Indeed we have, Menlo. And we are adepts of the Oracle. He has taken quite an interest in you and your friends. And Geo says, much has changed in the time you've been gone, Menlo, though nothing compares to the change this plague has brought. The Oracle is quite concerned. Then Brother Menlo says that both Master Togo and the Oracle of the Mists are so concerned over the situation tells me all I need to know. Friends, truly there are dark forces at work in Cantha. I'll do all in my power to help put an end to them. I hope I can count on your help. And then Jamie says, where's Master Togo? We expected to meet him here. Shio says, Master Togo sends his regrets. He was forced to continue to Vizunah Square without you. He and some others from the monastery have traveled there to learn more about the plague and try to discover its origins. He requests that you meet him there. And he says, Master Togo asked us to wait here for you. He requests that you try to catch up to him quickly, as he has a great deal to tell you and little time in which to do it. Then Mel says, there's no time to waste. Then, let's go. Keep moving. Master Togo awaits us. And away we go. And these are the twins. These guys are also henchmen. So this is Chio, the ritualist. And this is Emmy, I think I was right. Emmy, the assassin. They're both of them are henchmen. My brain, for some reason, could not find the words. I think it's just not enough sleep, personally. I have a bit. Well, I would like to focus down the ritualist if I can, because I think the ritualist is probably the biggest threat. Well, I mean, it's the biggest support threat, I guess, but technically the mage is the most damaging one, if I actually remember correctly. Oh well. Man, they're dead. Yeah, one of the nice changes for Energy Surge is that I'm not as reliant on other people. Like, I had a lot of fun playing to the end of Prophecies with my Shattered Hexes. I just love seeing how they just boomed and did so much damage before. I probably should have done a bit more than I did there, but it's fine. It's fine. And he's about to die. Because the power of Chaos Storm is beautiful. Hey, look, there's an enemy here. Expel hexes! If I knew you were here, I would have brought a capture signet. I feel baited. Can I come back and get a capture signet? I need to look up to see if she is permanently here, so that way I can come back and get that elite skill. Because I feel like I was just denied a cookie. And that's just not cool. Ouch, Dragon Stomp hurt. I think they interrupted my... I think they interrupted my Chaos Storm, which is why it's on such a long cooldown as of right now. But do not worry, I cast spells. And my spells say, screw you. Lose thine energy like you caused me to lose mine. As always, having Evier is having minions is super nice as a meat shield for your backline. And plus, there are extra bits of damage that can be thrown in on the group, like spirits and minions are very easy to add to a group if you are just if you're not quite at a point where you can just smash things in a nice coordinated effort. Just having the ability to have those meat shields is such a nice thing for our group. I know, for example, one of the favorite things that our group has is that one of the players will bring a hero for minions, and then and he's a spirit spammer. This is his preferred thing. He likes to just relax and play it. And he will got more incoming. And basically, he'll basically have that swarm of AI kind of handled for us, and we'll basically just kind of focus on. Come on, you're not gonna get away from me, Buckaroo. Okay. Brain. Yeah, it'll just allow us to kind of be a bit more relaxed. We're not being the fastest we can go because we're not using the big uber damage stuff, But it does kind of mean we can have a bit of a more of a relaxing time, though. When if there's not a lot of access to bodies and stuff like that, the minion mancer henchman specifically gets a lot weaker, which is why typically they usually have at least a little bit of supporting built into them, so that way they can. Sometimes it allows them to keep their spirits alive easier, but other times if they don't have minions for whatever reason, oh my god, we got a rune of major vigor. Oh, like both of the. Oh my god, team. I almost salvaged this for crafting materials. And I think Virtuoso is considered a good skill. I think. I'm going to take it, just in case. And look at that. We get to also take it for... Yes, today is our day. Today's our day. Oof, that's beautiful. A thing of beauty. I forgot that I had an Elite Ranger tome from when we were trying to vanquish here that I never put in my bank for my Ranger to make use of. Though I have basically all of the Ranger elites that I have unlocked on this account on that character anyway. So it's like, what really am I can't? You know what? I think I'm just gonna say screw you and bonsai, even though like I'm gonna be aggroing 2 groups at once. I think it's worth it. So screw you to my enemies. Just blow up this ritualist. Show him that he's actually not a cool cat. He's actually a scrub who deserves to be clapped. And look at that. We're taking on 2 groups at once, but they're just dying to the power of our spells. And of course, Arcane Echo, cancels out the moment I want to cast it. But that's why we just can't always have nice things. Having a blood ritual, such a nice thing. That's when Eve is required in my groups for henchmen. And not having blood as power as a hero, as a character in the group is just oof. And one of the we haven't played this character for a while, but my necromancer that I have for when we're playing through factions in our group, he's a blood as power, but essentially all I'm doing is spamming blood as power on everybody and just healing myself and maybe occasionally healing somebody else. Guardsman Cho says, "You there. Master Togo asked me to keep an eye out for you all. He's ahead, and let me know when you're ready, and I will show you the way." But yes, it's quite fun and active, just spamming the skills, like, oh, my health's down, my health's back, my health's down, my health's back up. But it's been a while. Anyways, Master Togo says, Master Togo is very clear. Only his friends from the Northern Kingdom may travel through this gate. I'm afraid I cannot allow you to pass. Is there something else I can help you with? I should warn you, this plague has everyone in a panic. The guards have lost control of this quarter, so make sure you stay alert. When your party is ready, we can head in. Master Togo's waiting, let's go! You enter this area at your own risk. The Celestial Ministry absolved itself of all responsibility for your safety. Alright already. Can we get a move on? Or you can say, there are things we need to do first. But I will enter into Vizunah Square, the foreign quarter. You guys can see a little bit of the cutscene here that I don't remember if we see it in the factions playthrough, so I'm going to leave it here so you guys can see it. But it's a nice little thing where you can see there where it says, you can kind of see what they talk. I think there's actually voice acting in this part too. Master Togo fights.
Master Togo is down there, and he's in trouble.
What are we going to do?
Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't come all the way from Lion's Arch for a funeral.
Good way of speaking. But Kaineng City is such a dump. I would flee that place as soon as I could, honestly. Oof, it's disgusting. This one is definitely a cutscene I remember us seeing, but I don't mind watching it again. I love cutscenes so much. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, you guys get to see it now.
ones. Your swords will be sought by many.
Nonsense.
Yes, yes, you will do things no other man would dare. Your name will live on for 1,000 years.
Shut your mouth, old fool.
Look for fortune to come your way.
Ugly. Just kidding. But yeah, this is Vizunah Square Foreign Quarter. It uses the henchmen from basically that you would find in Kaineng City, plus some of the story guys we just saw. But let's start to Guardsman Chow. It says, seems Master Togo is in some trouble, so your friends went on ahead. We get a skill point for it, some gold, and some experience, and essentially, this mission's the same way that we played through before. The one difference is the beginning. If you guys remember at the start, we were waiting for the henchmen to arrive. And basically, like, eventually they arrived to us. The reason for that is because there is a path where basically, it kind of actually is through this door. Roughly, like, you basically kind of wait in this beginning area here. You go through those gates, and you basically go down a path where you have to defeat bandits and the like. And then as you make your way down the bandits, you then arrive in the and down there in the center, which is like somewhere over that direction, and you'll be able to meet up. But yeah, that is essentially the foreigner experience, minus that little bit where you're just defeating Omphal while you're trying to race towards Master Togo to save him. You have your Heroes of Tyria, which is kind of, I feel like, is like the canon kind of party that is largely forgotten in Guild Wars 2, if I remember correctly. Devona, Sin, Aiden, Eve, and Menlo. Though Menlo's not here right now because he's a story character, not a henchman. Jamie, friend we just spoke with, childhood friend. Yeah, then this is Headmaster Vang. You guys remember him from, if you've seen the faction, then Emmy and Chio, who we just met. I don't know why Vang's here. Vang's the only one that seems a bit out of place. Like, we've met these two, and we've met all these three, but for some reason not Vang. But Vang is here. I think they just needed, they wanted another choice for people, and then just like, you know what, screw it, let's throw Vang. Get an 8th henchman in there. So that way, when there's no humans on the other side, we at least have 8 henchmen to put in as the other team, which is essentially what happens most of the time. But I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the video here and get a process, and then I'm going to get some dishes done downstairs and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've missed recording videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I keep telling myself I'm going to make these videos shorter. And look at that. It's 43 minutes. Usual time it takes. Thank you guys for watching if you got to this point. I wish you a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be. I'll see you guys hopefully next time.